Join me on a journey to embrace your Kavela life. Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Rachel. Welcome to your Yin practice. So today's Yin practice, we will begin standing at the top of our mat for our warm-up, our usual 15-minute warm-up, and then we will take it down onto our mat for our Yin practice. So today's Yin practice is a practice to cultivate patience. So as we get closer to our Yin practice, we'll get into that a little bit more. So if you're ready, let's come to our feet, coming to the top of the mat. Feet are touching. Let's roll the shoulders back. Coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Maybe turn the palms out. Start to ground through the feet. You can close the eyes or keep the gaze straight ahead. Just slowly arriving on your mat. Begin to really lengthen through the spine, crown to the sky. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the nose. Start to lengthen on the inhalation and the exhalation. Starting to come into that nice, deep, steady breath for your practice. Let's inhale, slowly float the arms up, bring the palms together, exhale, hands into the heart center. Inhale, float the arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe hold here, take a moment to set an intention, dedication for your practice if you'd like. Inhale, float the arms. Exhale, hands to heart, adding on, coming into our first forward fold, bending the knees. Bring the palms down to the ground, start to lengthen through the spine. Gaze forward, exhale, bend those knees, rolling up, warming up, waking up the spine here. Flowing, nice fluid movements. Lift and lengthen, ground those feet, lift the torso out of the hips, exhale, back bend, pressing the hips gently forward, hands to heart. Inhale up, two more just like that, at your own pace with your own breath. Rolling up. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Rolling all the way up. Float the arms. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, back bend. Hands to heart. And on here, starting to bring in the lower body. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step that right foot back. Left foot on your high plank. Stacking the shoulders over the wrist. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Start to gaze towards the top of your mat. Press that ground away. Navel to spine. Press through the heels. Create that beautiful straight line from the crown to the feet. Pushing that breath through the entire body, waking up every muscle here, building some heat, warming up. And let's slowly lower the knees, the chest, the chin, coming all the way down onto the belly, peeling the chest for baby cobra. Hug those elbows nice and close. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, press through the palms, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up to the sky. Coming into your down dog, pedal the heels here, bend the knees, move the hips if you need to. Just take whatever movements you need or find that stillness. Lifting the hips higher, letting the sternum drop. Let those heels drop a little closer to the ground. Head just hangs, maybe sway it from side to side or stretch out that neck, shoulder blades down the back. 2 deep breaths here. And let's lift those heels, walk the feet coming to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, roll all the way up to Tadasana. Inhale, float the arms. Exhale, back bend. Hands to heart. One more like that. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the chest. Exhale, back bend, flat back. Left leg steps, right leg, high plank. Breathing here. Option if you want to shift the weight forward and back, waking up the feet, the calves, the legs, or just stay still. And then holding here for a minute, let those knees drop, hips to the sky. Coming all the way down, peel the chest. Maybe lifting up a little higher, exhale. Press through the palms. Tabletop, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Each time, down dog, going a little deeper. Gaze past the knees. Start to spiral the thighs out. 2 breaths. Lift those heels, walk or step feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to heart. Adding on here, inhale, float the arms. Holding here, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down nice and low. Lift the heart, lift the chest, gazing up. Unshrug the shoulders. Slight pelvic tilt here. Sit down nice and low. Big arms, dive it down. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, walk, step or float. Right leg, left leg, find your high plank. And if you're ready, chaturanga. If not, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra, upward facing dog. Roll those shoulders back. Lifting the heart to the sky. Exhale, roll through the feet. Down dog. We're going to add on from here. Breathing nice, deep, steady breath. Inhale, float that right leg up for your three-legged dog. Square the hips, shoulders first. And then bend that right knee, stacking the hip. Flex that right foot, drop that left heel. Feel that right hip opening up. Knee to chest, low lunge. Ground that left knee. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, sink the hips. Gaze up. Big arms, frame that right foot. Exhale, tuck the left toes, three-legged dog, right leg to the sky, or step right to downward facing dog. Stretch out that right leg. Exhale, right leg floats to meet the left. High plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg floats up, three-legged dog. Squaring the shoulders, hips, then bend that left knee. Opening up, drop that right heel. Flex that left foot, draw that left ankle to the left glute, really opening up that hip. Knee to chest for low lunge, step through. Round that right knee, inhale, float. Exhale, sink the hips. Gaze up. Big arms. Frame that left foot, left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, take that left foot to the right foot, down dog. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths here. Walk, step, or float the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, take it back to chair pose. Inhale, all the way up. Chair squats for 8. Inhale, use that breath. Open up the body. Exhale, sit down nice and low. Inhale. Building strength in the legs. Deep breath. 4 more. 2. Inhale. And let's hold here. Bring the hands into the heart center, hands in prayer. Exhale, twist it over to the right. Breathing. Relax that right shoulder. Twisting from the belly button. Twisting the spine. And then come back to center. Inhale, float the arms up, stay low. Exhale, hands to heart, working those legs. Exhale, twist it to the left. Nice. Relax the left shoulder. Twist. And take it back to center. Big inhale up, straighten the legs this time. Exhale, float the arms. Interlace the fingers behind the lower back. Standing cobra, opening up the chest. Start to slide the palms down the back of the thighs. Inhale up. Float the arms out. Exhale, hands to hips. So from here, going to take a little step or hop, bringing the feet hips width apart. We're going to come into our first yin posture, ragdoll. So remember to engage the core and hinge at the hips. Don't use the lower back for this. So you're leading with the chest. Really puff the chest out first. Leading. And soften the knees here. Take the fingertips down to the ground or wherever they can go. Knees, shins, and then maybe take hands to opposite elbows. And just start to shift the weight towards the toes. Try to relax the feet. Relax the upper body. Think about lifting the hips up to the sky. Head and arms drawing down towards the earth. And sway from side to side if that feels good for you. Or just stay still, listening to your body here. Just stay with your breath. Remember searching for that edge, so as your body starts to release, maybe go a little bit deeper, bring the chest closer to the thighs. Probably feeling the hamstrings, maybe a little tension, resistance, maybe even shaking. Just breathe. And then we're going to release, bring the fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward towards the top of your mat. Exhale, fold. Let's walk the feet in towards one another. Step the right leg back, left leg finding your high plank. An option here to go right into your child's pose, dropping the knees, or flow through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And slowly float the knees down and then find your extended child's pose, drawing the hips to the heels. Maybe widen the knees if you need to, or it's okay to keep them together. And just stay in the present moment. Maybe walk the arms out, start to externally rotate those shoulders, opening up the chest. Let the forehead touch. Slowing everything down. Just take a moment to notice where you feel any tension or resistance right here in your child's pose. And just acknowledge it and then let it go. Slowly start to Float up into our tabletop position. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. We're going to come into our tabletop and just move through some cat-cows here. So warming up that spine, let the belly drop, hips rise, gaze up, tuck the toes, engaging those feet. Exhale, round. So maybe take 8 rounds here, just at your own pace with your own breath, taking what you need. On cat, really open up that upper back, draw the chin towards the chest. Maybe taking 2 more full rounds here. And making your way back to a neutral position, neutral spine. And get that alignment. And we're going to come into our melting heart, opening up the shoulders, the chest. So once you get that alignment, that foundation, start to walk the hands forward. Keeping the hips stacked over the knees, relax through the tops of the feet. Slowly start to ease and melt that chest down towards the ground. Maybe bringing the forehead down or the chin. Start to feel an opening in the upper back, the shoulders, and the arms lengthening. And just breathe here. Searching for that edge. And when you find that edge, just holding and breathing. Letting the breath flow through the body. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the nose. And slowly start to make your way out of this pose, releasing, maybe taking the forearms, the elbows down to the ground, and then lowering down onto the belly. And take the arms alongside the body, palms facing up, and just let that forehead rest. Or feel free to take the head and turn it to the right. Let the shoulders fall to the ground. Start to relax through the entire body. The legs, the arms, the shoulders, the feet, the neck. Coming back through center. If your head was turned, just turn it to the opposite direction. To the left, maybe, grounding that right ear. Let the shoulders fall. Let go through the entire body. And then coming back to center. Take the palms outside the chest and then coming back into your tabletop. Stacking the hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrists. We're going to stay with our upper body, our shoulders. Inhale, float that right arm up to the sky. Gaze into that right palm. Then exhale, float that right arm underneath the left. So threading the needle here. Bring that right ear all the way down. Grounding the right shoulder. And then from here you have options. You can stay right here. You should start to feel a nice subtle stretch in that outer right shoulder. Maybe the upper back. And you can take the left palm grounded here. Just stay right here for balance, or extend the left arm forward. Starting to feel a stretch in that left shoulder. Keep the mind and the focus on the shoulder and the breath. And then if you want to go a little deeper, float that left arm up to the sky. And maybe take a wrapping that left arm around the lower back. Maybe reach for that right inner thigh. Start to open the chest. So don't rush this, just take it in little steps. Let the body slowly fall into the pose. Ease into it. Listening to your body. Try to relax throughout the entire body here. Discover which variation works best for your body, is the most beneficial. Slowly start to bring that left palm back, using it for support. Press into that left palm. Inhale. Float that right arm up to the sky. Gaze up to the right palm. Exhale, float that right arm down. Come back to tabletop and let's take it to the opposite side. Left arm floats up. Gaze up. Exhale. Left arm underneath the right, coming down onto that left ear, that left shoulder. Ground that right palm, elbow to the sky. And just settle in here first. Notice what you're feeling, where you're feeling it. Maybe that outer left shoulder, maybe the neck, maybe the knees. Maybe you're feeling pressure in the knees. Try to move that energy from the lower body to the upper body. Make this about that shoulder. And then just taking whatever variation you did on the opposite side, maybe floating that right arm forward. Start to slowly kind of shift your weight into that left shoulder a little bit. Search for that edge. Go for that wrap. If you did on the other side, floating the right arm up to the sky and wrapping it around, maybe reaching for that left inner thigh, and then twisting, opening the chest. And coming out of that wrap whenever it feels good for you. Stay with that nice, deep, steady breath. And then slowly releasing out of the pose, bring that right palm back down, ground it. Inhale, float that left arm up, open it up. Twisting, exhale, float it down. Then walk the palms forward. Just take a child's pose here. Let those hips Drop to the heels. Let the chest drop. Inhale, we're going to slowly float all the way up to tabletop and then coming down onto the belly. All the way down, roll it down, float it. Widen the feet, the legs, mat's width. Take those forearms out in front, coming in for a Sphinx pose. So shifting our focus to the lower back, the lower spine. Stack the shoulders over the elbows. Start to come into this gentle, peaceful pose. Close the eyes or keep the gaze straight ahead. Relax through the feet, the calves, the knees, the thighs, the hips. Unclench the glutes. Let the shoulders drop. Unclench the jaw, relax the brow, just totally relax. So you might find that the upper body is tired, fatigued, and it's taking a lot of energy to just hold your upper body up. So just mentally try to focus on the breath, letting go of that. And once you kind of settle in here, think about puffing the chest forward and then lifting through the crown. Really shifting that focus to the lumbar spine, the lower back. Just relax and breathe here. Option to transition into seal, or just hold right here in Sphinx. If you'd like to come into seal, start to float those elbows up, forearms up, and then just check in with the body. Make sure you didn't tense up in the legs, the shoulders didn't start to creep up towards the ears. Try to stay relaxed. Keep puffing the chest forward, lifting through that crown. You should start to feel some sensations in the mid-back. Just breathe here. How do we cultivate patience? Patience with others, those around us. patience with ourselves. We can use our tools, our breath, when we feel like we may lose our patience or with others or ourselves. Maybe come back to the breath. Taking a couple of breaths, taking a couple of moments to just be. When you're ready, slowly, if you're in seal, start to transition back to Sphinx pose, lowering the forearms, the elbows, the chest. Take the palms outside the chest, elbows to the sky. Slowly press into the palms, coming in for extended child's pose. So just move extra slow. Stretch it out, stretching the arms, the back, the hips. Let the forehead drop. Inhale, slowly coming up to tabletop. So if the knees are wide, get that alignment here. And you can go right into a down dog or find your high plank, tucking the toes, lift those knees. And then we're going to just flow through a vinyasa here. All meeting in downward facing dog. Take your time. Breathe. Let's paddle the heels, bend the knees, move the hips. And floating that right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hip. Shifting our focus to the lower body, the hips, the glutes, the hamstrings. Step that right foot, draw the right knee into the chest, stepping through for a low lunge. So coming into low lunge first, make sure that right knee stacked over the right ankle. Let that left leg come directly behind you. And focus on just letting the body, the hips, drop closer to the earth. So if you feel like you want to move in towards lizard pose, you can go ahead and do that, or just hold right here. If this feels challenging enough, make sure the upper body in low lunge, take any weight out of the arms, the palms. The neck, the shoulders, the head, just let everything kind of relax and melt down. Feel that left hip flexor opening up. Relax in that right foot. Unclench those toes. And have patience with yourself and your practice. Maybe you're feeling really tight, or maybe something's just not feeling good for you. Have patience with your body. Keep searching for that edge, that point of resistance, and when you find it, just hold and breathe. Breathe through the tension, breathe through the resistance. Breathe through any negative energy, emotions. Sometimes when we're working with the hips, we tend to store a lot of emotions in the hips. So getting into some of these deep hip openers maybe stirs up those emotions, anything we've been holding or carrying. Take this time to just breathe and let it go. And then if you're not ready to let it go, just be patient with yourself, and eventually you will get there. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sinking breath. Go deeper wherever you are. Let those hips drop. If you're in lizard, start to slowly just make your way back to center. And then once you're there, we're just going to take our half split pose. So shifting those hips back, folding over that right leg. Let the chest drop. Maybe slide that right foot slightly forward. Begin to flex through the right foot, square the hips. Let the chest drop. So from here, if you have any issues with the knees, be really careful here. We're going to come slightly towards the front of your mat if you need to, but we're going to take it all the way down, going into a deep quad stretch. So let those hips come all the way down. So the modification for this would be to lie on your belly and just gently bend that left knee and bring that left heel to the glute. So just kind of the opposite, but lying on your belly. So from here, take that left heel outside the left hip. So this might be where you stay right here. might start to feel a stretch. You might feel that really intense already. If you don't and you want to go a little bit further, we're going to take it down onto the forearms, the elbows. So just pay attention to that left quad, left knee, so you shouldn't have any really pain in the knee at all. And then if you want to go a little bit deeper, take it all the way down onto the back. Let the shoulders ground, the back ground. Maybe float the arms overhead. Take those hands to opposite elbows. And try to relax here, breathe. So this gets pretty intense. Try to let that left knee ground. Maybe flex that right foot, keeping that right leg active. Staying with that nice, deep, steady breath. Then slowly, if you have the arms overhead, let's come out of this pose, releasing really mindfully and slow. Start to make your way back onto the forearms first. Just move through each step, then onto the palms. Sitting up nice and tall. And walking back up. Tuck that left heel underneath the butt. And then just make your way back up to low lunge. And we're just going to flow through our vinyasa. Extend that right leg up. Stretch it out. Exhale, float it down. Hold here, pedal the heels, bend the knees, move the hips. And then if you'd like, holding your down dog or flow through high plank. Exhale, down dog. Let's float that left leg up for a three-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hip. And then knee to chest, stepping through for low lunge here. Check in with that alignment. Left knee stacks over that left ankle. Slide that right leg back, lowering the hips down to the ground. Let the whole body relax, the upper body. Let the head just hang. So if you went for lizard on the other side, feel free to go into lizard on this side, just balancing the body whenever you're ready. Slide that right leg back, lowering the hips, going deeper. If that feels right for you. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the nose. Little by little, feeling those hips opening up, creating space. Relax that upper body. Relax the arms, the palms. Remember, your yin practice isn't a follow me practice, so if you feel like, oh, I really should stay here longer, or maybe I need to back off and come back into this posture, listen to your body. Make this your practice. If you're in lizard, slowly make your way back to center whenever you're ready. Coming back to dragon low lunge, and then taking that counter stretch, shift the hips back, folding over that left leg, coming in for half split. Square the hips, flex that left foot, let the chest drop. Feel that left back of the leg, hamstring lengthening. And then slowly we're going to come into that quad stretch. So you may have to maybe shift forward on your mat. And get that alignment, and then slowly let those hips drop down to the heel. And then take that right heel outside the right hip, coming all the way down, grounding the sits bones. And again, you may just stay right here. Just settle in, just notice what's going on with that lower body first, and then slowly maybe start to come up onto the palms, onto the forearms. And then all the way down, if that feels good. Float the arms overhead, opposite hands to opposite elbows. Maybe flex that left foot, just keeping that left leg active here. Feel that quad stretch. Feel the shoulders grounding. Try to relax, let go. The deeper the breath, the deeper you'll go. Breath helps the body relax. And let's slowly release. Float the arms back down. Start to slowly make your way back up. Coming onto the forearms first, then the palms. Come back to seated. Take that Right heel under the right hip. And then come back to your low lunge. Extend that right leg back. Back to center, and then flow through your three-legged dog, left leg to the sky. Stretch it out, take it nice and slow. Down dog. High plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Last one, make it a good one. Exhale. Down dog. Take whatever movements you need. And slowly lower the knees down. Coming in for child's pose. Taking the arms alongside the body, palms facing up. Let the spine round, let the shoulders fall forward, let the forehead ground, stimulating that third eye, the eye of intuition, guiding you to listen to yourself, trust yourself. Slowly float up to seated. And let's extend the legs out. And then opening up to the side of your mat, we're going to just straddle, coming in for dragonfly. So settle in. Let those sits bones ground, sit up nice and tall, flex the feet, point the toes a couple of times here. And then however you want to get into this pose, you can take the palms center or walk the hands down the legs. Just slowly start to let that chest come down, closer to the ground. Maybe if you can, reach the fingers to the toes. Take your time. Keep breathing. Slowly start to walk those hands back in towards center. Let's inhale, float the arms up. And exhale, take that side lateral stretch. Opening the chest, sky, reaching for the toes. Inhale, come back through center, take it over to the opposite side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, come back through center. And let's make our way to Shavasana. So bringing the legs, bending the knees. Start to slowly roll through the spine, coming all the way down onto the back. Let those knees come into the chest if that feels good. Point the toes, forehead to knees. And happy baby here. Peace sign fingers wrap around the big toes. Maybe rock from side to side or extend through the knees. Feel the shoulders grounding the back. Slowly bring the soles of the feet together, release that yogi toe grip, let the knees drop, float the arms overhead, coming into Sapta Baddha Konasana. Start to come back to the present moment. Then feel free to stay right here if this feels good, or go into Shavasana. Extending the legs, mats with opening up the arms and palms to the sky. Come back to the natural breath. Find that stillness in the body and mind. feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like, gaining all the wonderful benefits it provides. If you'd like to join me in closing out your practice, start to bring some movement into the fingers, the toes, the hands, the feet. Inhale, float the arms up overhead. Bend the knees, and then exhale, start to roll onto the right side, just coming into a fetal position, taking some deep breaths there. Slowly start to come back to a comfortable seated position. Roll the shoulders back, lengthening through the spine, crown to the sky. Closing out our practice with 3 cleansing breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank yourselves for starting your day in a positive and healthy way. May you always have patience with others and yourself. Be good to yourself, be gentle, be kind. May there be peace in your heart, peace in your words, and peace in your mind. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.
I hope you enjoyed your journey today. If you would like to see new classes, please remember to subscribe, like, visit our website at kavelalife.com, become a member on our Patreon account. By becoming a member, it allows us to create new classes. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Kavela Life. Thank you so much. Namaste.